Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to Tours Excursion Vallarta. Uh, Today it was very rainy because right now is calm right now here in Puerto Vallarta. Uh, Tonight we're gonna talk about the weather here in Puerto Vallarta and some news here in Puerto Vallarta. This time I want to make this short live because I have a lot to do tonight, and I've been working in this week in other things because here for me Puerto Vallarta it's very well. The tourism in Puerto Vallarta for me, for my work, as you know what I'm doing, it's a little bit difficult right now. There is no work for me right now, so I'm doing another stuff just for for make money. But it's happened a lot of people in the low season. Some restaurants, some bars, some stores, or any kind of business here in Puerto Vallarta during the rainy season or the low season, they close for 3 months, for 1 month, because it's difficult to keep with the same expectation of work. We don't have work, and it's happened again here in Puerto Vallarta. Before COVID, I'm talking about, I don't know, 2 years ago, 2 years and a half ago, Puerto Vallarta was very famous. A lot of people was visiting Puerto Vallarta, and the season was like it's going to disappear, or it was going to disappear. I don't know. And but the COVID happened and everything changed here in Puerto Vallarta. Now this is the rainy season. We are in August, and believe me, uh, more COVID here in Puerto Vallarta. But don't worry about the COVID. Don't worry. There is more cases. More cases. Only 5 days in the month of July for COVID, and there is a lot of cases. Members of my family got COVID. We are okay. I just got some temperature, but I don't think it was COVID, because for me it's a little it's about the stomach, because I don't drink a lot of milk and I just, like, I want milk, and I don't know, I don't get it. I don't For me right now the milk is not like very good idea to drink, but sometimes I want some milk. And I think it's more for me from the stomach, not for COVID. But my brother and my sister got COVID. My mom, but we already have the shots and the boosters, and like we are fine. And one of my friends and another friends in the work, so people is getting sick, but the hospitals are not full for COVID. People go to the doctors on the hospitals. The social security here, for the locals, for the Mexicans, um, it's like it's working very well, and it's turned out the social system here in Mexico is work very well. So there is a lot of people in the hospital right now doing lines, but waiting for the appointment with the doctor. But no beds on the hospitals are occupied, so that is great. I mean, it's everybody got sick about COVID again, but they like are okay, like in 1 week. Right now, if you have the COVID, the government give you like 5 or 4 days for not to work, and you still receive your payment, and that's it. And that's it. You need to come back to the work even you have the symptoms. I don't know what's happening, but people is come back to them to the works again. And yeah, it's even I had calls from people like sick, but not for COVID, and I felt very well. Nothing with the COVID for me right now. But part of my family got COVID again, and but they're okay. And what the storms here in Puerto Vallarta. That picture of this video, it's because I was in one part of the Puerto Vallarta in the neighborhoods, very deep on the neighborhoods. We got a storm signs like I don't know 1:30 p.m. It's after the noon here in Puerto Vallarta, and it's dark. It was like not so clear, just a few clouds, but it was very dark to the south, to the north, to the west, and to the beach. And right now in August, there is like more storm, like bigger storm. Right now, the weather, because I was in my car, the weather is a little bit more fresh, but there is a lot of storms and doesn't rain a lot, but it's enough with 30 minutes or 1 hour for get flooded again. But remember my recommendation if you came to Puerto Vallarta and you want to take a tour, because my friend and my brother they went today to Las Animas beach to the south. They took the bus and they took the hiking. Bad idea. They say bad idea. They are very tired. They are even they feel very like with sick. They need take some pills for temperature, but I think it's related with the effort because they do the hiking from Boca and then Colomitos and then Las Animas. It was difficult. It's a long hiking. It's very difficult and was a big storm over there. They did the hiking at I don't know 9 a.m. in the morning, very early in the morning, and right now they are here and they are very tired. I was doing another stuff because for me there is no work as a tourism for tourism for me, and I'm doing another stuff. I need to make money. So I'm doing other stuff, and I was busy. And for them was a nightmare go over there. So follow my advice. If you have family coming to Puerto Vallarta or friends coming to Puerto Vallarta, right now is not a good idea to do something on the ocean or in the mountain, especially by yourself or alone. Okay? Puerto Vallarta has more storm these days. And another things about the crocodiles. Nuevo Nayarit, no Nuevo Vallarta anymore. Nuevo Nayarit. Some part over there, some they saw a crocodiles swimming right now on the beaches. So some part of Nayarit, some beach of Nayarit, they close the beaches because there is crocodiles on the beaches. So you have family, you have friends coming to Puerto Vallarta in this rainy season. Just say the news about the crocodiles. Just take precautions. There is signs on the beaches, or we have like right now flags, orange flag, and that it's mean that it's not it's good idea to swim, or purple flag. I think is there is some animals that could hurt you if you swim, or it's not good idea to swim anyway. So Puerto Vallarta right now, and you saw my videos about what is going on with the beaches here in Puerto Vallarta. Now there is worst beaches here in Puerto Vallarta because they are mixing with the river, and the water is totally different. I think it's gonna be more and more storm every day here in Puerto Vallarta. Right now, well, it's we could say that in I don't know 1 hour more is gonna be the sunset. but there is not gonna be sunset because it's very gray the day, and it still is not the night, but it seems like it's the night right now. It's still a lot of light here, but you're gonna miss the sunset in these days. It's gonna be difficult, and it's more likely rains or storms during the night. Be aware of that. Your advice, and remember, there is tours on the night on the boat could be risky or could be a nightmare in Puerto Vallarta. I don't, obviously, it's up to you. Sometimes if you want to cancel, there is no refund, or you don't show there is no refund. Even there is rough, the ocean or the beach or the ocean is rough, they don't cancel, and the tour, it's gone, or is green, is good to go. But if there is a hurricane, or the authorities say that is gonna be no docks available, or the port's gonna be closed, you can ask for your refund. But my recommendation, it's just stay here in Puerto Vallarta, check the weather, check the forecast every day with an apps or Google. Just Google it, and you will see how is the weather right now in Puerto Vallarta. It's very important. Check that first. It's more likely that you can enjoy some activities during the day on the boats right now than in the night. Okay, but like I told you, it's up to you. In my case, if you asking me for tickets, because you know that I can give you or sell you a ticket, it's gonna be like I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Could be bad weather and it's no refund. Okay, so be aware about that. You're advised about that. And another thing, about Puerto Vallarta, a lot of people is asking me if the low season means that everything is closed. Not everything. Puerto Vallarta never stops, but it indeed there is some places, some restaurant that they close because there is not a lot of tourism, or their target or their niche are more people from US or Canada, and right now the tourism is more national and domestic. So for them, they decide to close 1 month or 2 months, or depend even 3 months, and come back to November, or the half of October. It depends. It depends the season, but the authorities say that we have 85% of occupancy here in Puerto Vallarta. That is great. That is great. It's still a great number, but not from US or Canada tourism. So it's different. It's different. Okay, but everything is open. Mostly is open. All the services is open. There is taxis available, Ubers available, bus available. Everything is open. Okay, just came to Puerto Vallarta, but you know the situation right now. But don't worry, if rains a lot, it rains just for a while, 1 hour max. And believe me, if rains more of that, we're in trouble because Puerto Vallarta gets flooded very fast. And if you are on the downtown and you want to come back and there is a lot of rain, you need to wait at least 30 minutes or 1 hour, because the Uber is not gonna be available. It's gonna charge you more, because it's another fee, because everybody wants an Uber, and it's offer and demand. And even the cabs, they don't take you, because they know that all the streets are flooded, and it's not a good idea to do that. Okay, or go to the downtown because there is a lot of people, there's a lot of traffic. So Puerto Vallarta right now, it's gonna be more storms, more bad weather. In August, at the end of the August, we all the Mexicans, or when the kids, the children, Mexican children, come back to the schools the last of the August, the last day of August. So no tourism at all because even national tourism come back. And right now the inflation here in Mexico is going up. This last week for me and my family, we felt the inflation because normally for us we spend like I don't know 70 80 US dollar, and we got a lot of stuff for of groceries and like powder for the laundry and water, milk for the kids. And this time we don't get the milk anymore because it was not enough. So the inflation right now in Mexico is going affect us right now. Before in July, the half of July, we were okay, but now this August was more difficult, and with no tourism, it's gonna be more difficult for us. So that's why I decide to do another thing, another kind of job, because there is a lot of job here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, there is a lot of job, and you can go to you can work in another stuff here in Puerto Vallarta, and I'm doing that because I need to put some food on my table, and there is no job for me right now. There is no tourism. About the selling the house, the that I'm doing some selling some properties is the same. There is nobody here, and it's more difficult to get customers. And I decide I need to do something else because this is gonna be difficult. And lucky for me, I found another way to make money with some company, and I'm doing that. And it's take me only half of the day. So don't worry if you want to book with me. I don't know, in the high season. I'm gonna be available, obviously. Don't worry about that. But in these days, is I have no customers, so it's difficult. And this is the situation like for mostly of the people here because we depend in 90% of the tourism here in Puerto Vallarta. Everything is service here in Puerto Vallarta. Some of you maybe know that. If you don't know that, Puerto Vallarta is only service, service, service. We don't have like factories. We don't have nothing of that. So that's why it's difficult. If you need to make a lot of money in the high season and save for this month. And I'm talking. Well, I don't want to lose this point, but remember I told you in August the kids come back. That means that September is gonna be worst for us. Worst for us. September and October. Uh, it's gonna be more difficult for us. It's gonna be more difficult. We call septiembre, like septiembre, the hungry, sept hungry, something like that. It's gonna be difficult, but like for me, I find the way to make money, and we are okay now because I need to pay my mortgage, the car, and the rent, and it's gonna be difficult. Aloha Steve of Mine is asking what business is needed in PB for tourists. Well, everything about tourism. I mean, or jobs in the hotels, in selling tickets for tours, um, and agencies, tourism agencies, something like that. It's or chef, or cookers or waitress or wherever that is means to do the service for the tourism. Right now, even some hotels in September and in October, they okay. I mean, what business could be created that doesn't exist there now? It's difficult because Puerto Vallarta, talking about that, Puerto Vallarta We don't have like land for farming, or like we have, but we don't have the capacity in the industry. Um, we need to create another thing. Fishing is not option. I don't know. I don't. We're doing more constructions, selling more apartments, condos, but it's kind of the same. The tourism. We need an industry, but we know that if we create industry, Puerto Vallarta is the end of Puerto Vallarta if we do some industry here in Puerto Vallarta, because the industry cities or places are very contaminated, and we can't allow that. That is forbidden. That is the death of Puerto Vallarta if we put some industry here. The waste of the water and the land and everything, and it's gonna be difficult. Um, we prefer to stay like that, suffering some 3 months and that's it, than put some industry in that, any kind of industry. Bill a brand. Why do so many gringos promote pre-construction condos on YouTube? Because it's like a good way to make money here in Puerto Vallarta. There is a lot of interest and money over that. It's the commissions are very good. At least for me, the commission it's amazing. It's amazing, and I just getting right now the half of the commission. When I get my license, I will get the full commission. It will be great. It's a lot of money, and but it's difficult to talk about that, and I can't talk about that in public, especially in that. If you want to send me some email, we can talk about that. Aloha, about the electric bike rental. Uh, yeah, it could be, but there is no people here, and it's like yeah, it's great. It could be work amazing, but there is no people here, and there is another obstacles. Maybe you don't know, but another obstacles license. The first obstacle is even is the government itself. License, permissions, payments, and there is the competition, and people doesn't want to put the same business like another. I don't know. It's a little bit difficult, but it's great idea, obviously. But there is, I mean, understand there is 3 months that we don't have customers, because here is very hot and people is living in US or Canada very comfortable right now. And here living in Puerto Vallarta, even for me as a local, go everywhere on the bike is difficult because it's so hot, so humidity, a lot of humidity here. So it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's good idea in the high season. What is working is about business around money, like investment or savings or medicines, doctors. The in Puerto Vallarta, people talks about the medical tourism that is great and is for all the year. And another thing is about the food, but I'm not talking about restaurant. I'm talking about to produce or to deliver the food, because the restaurant there is a lot of competition in a restaurant, but could be work. That is the three niche. Like I think that is like work in every year in all the year. Well, and talking about another things about the gasoline is more expensive right now, but not like in US or maybe in Canada. The liter here was 21 pesos. Now is 22 pesos, point 5. And 1.5 pesos for us is too much. We're paying out 22.5. That is too much. Um, that is too much money. And the inflections take us, and it's more difficult. Aloha is asking, how about restaurant delivery using electric bikes? No, well, could be, but our streets are the worst streets, full of holes. And the rains, I don't think it works with the electric and the water because it get flooded. It get flooded. We use the motorcycles, and that works better. One motorcycle worth like I don't know, mm, five 5,000, no less, less, like 2,000, no less, 1,500 US dollars, and the electric bike is kind of the same. It doesn't work, doesn't work. So buy a motorcycle, and it's better than an electric bike. The illusion of the electric car and electric bike right now, it doesn't work here in Mexico, or streets. The cobblestones are, even for our cars, are bad. Okay, so that is what's happened right now in Puerto Vallarta. More and more rains. It's gonna be difficult, and it's kind of the same all the almost 30 years that I'm living here in Puerto Vallarta. Right now the situation is like that, but we always survive. We always survive. We recover very fast in the half of October, or on the first day of November, because Day of the Dead, and then is holidays, and is the weather is better. So that's the news right now in Puerto Vallarta. But still, there is a lot of things to do here in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, so right now I'm not be available for do some tours, but I can sell you some tickets for tours. If you want to email me to my website, that is okay. I can help you with anything, whatever you need. Okay. Angie Shaw is asking, is Conchas Chinas a nice place to stay or just visit for the day? Conchas Chinas is nice. If you asking me where to live here in Puerto Vallarta, I choose Conchas Chinas. But as a local, you need a car for moving over there. It's more easy. It's the easiest ways. But there is buses. Obviously, there is expensive. Yes, Bill is expensive. But you can find something for a monthly fee for, I don't know, 1,400 US dollar per month, fully furnished, with a nice view in the mountain. And in Conchas Chinas is one of the best beaches, or one of my favorite beaches in Puerto Vallarta. But in this rainy season, Angie, it's kind of the same of other beaches here in Puerto Vallarta, because the rivers bring all the garbage, or all the sands to the ocean. That is natural. That is always every year. But if you want to enjoy at the best, Conchas Chinas is better in December. Like for me, I don't like the to stay very very cold. So I for me the best month is April, May, June, because the water is nice. It's warm. It's not so cold or not so hot. The water, but it's great. You can visit Conchas Chinas for a day, and you will love it. Maybe not this season. Maybe not this season, but it's worth it. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna leave you now because I need to do something else with my family. I've been working all day, and if you want more information about Puerto Vallarta, if you need anything, tickets, wherever, or remember that I'm selling houses, go to Vallarta Locations on YouTube, and this is my new channel, and subscribe, please. You help me a lot. And that is the best way to check the properties here in Puerto Vallarta for renting. I mean, that's properties are not for renting, are for sale, but you can have an idea how are the properties, okay? And if you want to rent something and you want some suggestion from me, just email me, give me your budget, and I can send you some information. I don't know. And remember that I have a service if you need to check some property, avoid scams, or check the properties, or give you more detailed information about neighborhoods and the properties you want to rent. I can help you with that, okay? And I deliver in less one day, okay? So thank you very much for your support. Gonna be more videos. Don't worry in the next week about Puerto Vallarta, okay? So see you next time. Bye bye. Hasta luego, amigos.